Okay, what are we working on here?
76 Ironhead Sportster.
And how many miles? Don't laugh at it. We had 0 on the last one, remember? So what are you at?
54 miles.
54 miles. Okay. So why'd it come here first? Transmission?
Problem with the transmission,
Yeah.
making a noise.
Same as a 0 mile bike. Starts with transmission, and what are we doing now?
Now we're doing a complete.
Now we're tearing the motor apart. Okay.
Complete. After 54 miles,
it's worn out. It's worn out at 54 miles. Yeah, we got to fix it now. Okay.
It is really worn out.
Okay. So anyway, I'm not sure. You got something as well. See, I disappear and help people, and things get done. I like that. I don't have to do anything.
Well.
So you got 2 of these fancy lifter blocks out that have no way of pulling the lifters out.
There's no way to.
There's no grooves here to pull them out.
No way to pull them out.
And they're powder coated, and somebody beat them with a big ass hammer.
And there's already problems.
And there's been how many shops worked on this so far?
The original builder, another shop over the coast, then a shop out of state.
So they use red silicone. It looks nice, or whatever that is, Permatex something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
we're not going to keep this stock crappy linkage on here, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, terrible.
There's also metal shavings.
Well, we don't care about metal.
Yeah, but when it's where they beat on the underside.
Well, more than likely, these are probably those stupid V-twin lifters I hate. No, these are actually not V-twin. Well.
And there's look at the wear.
Yeah, they're not that way.
These are supposed to be brand new.
Well, they are brand new. Well, mine is 54 miles.
Yeah, they're wore out.
I don't know. You put a mic on there yet?
No, I haven't. I'm just looking at the grooves.
Well, you know they're groovy. It's groovy.
And one of these had metal shavings underneath. There it is, underneath the O-ring.
You're just too picky.
Yeah.
You would think you want it to be right, I guess. Okay, so what do you got over here? Got these big bolts left in here for some reason.
Well,
I like this.
I was going to triple check.
I like that big washer you got on there. I do like that.
That's V-twin.
I do like that big fat. Look at that size of that washer. Now that is a real washer. I do like that. The lock washer is crap, but I like that big washer. Look at the size of that sucker.
Courtesy of V-twin.
Yeah, see, Taiwan Teddy had one good part. I don't believe it. Are you sure? I don't believe it. There's no damn way.
Is it safe to pull the cam cover?
No, we gotta get the lifter block out first. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter because we don't have access to it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna yank everything apart. Why don't you get this piece of crap out of my way? We don't need no ding-dongs. Okay, and you've got arrows down here because it has silicone inside the holes.
There's about 3.5 pounds of silicone in each hole.
At least it didn't blow the backsides out yet. That's a plus. It's got in play good. So you can see the wear mark on the bushing. It only hits in the middle. That means it's not straight. That means it's hourglass shaped. It's like this.
Oh.
See that?
So that, you saying it ran out of sand?
That means
hourglass?
Their dingleberry that went back and forth like that didn't make it straight holes, what that means. Okay, so this is XLH.
XLCH, 1976.
Not with electric starter on it, it isn't.
According to everything else, it does.
And you got a twin tech ignition module.
Daytona twin tech.
All right.
Isn't this where it slips off and breaks the knuckle?
Only if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, you bleed a lot. Bruises do not count. It's only blood that counts. Okay. I'm going to do something over here. Where's my zip gun? Did you find my missing zip gun yet? No.
Yeah, the air.
Yeah, it's a piece of crap and I hate that damn zip gun. I'm going to break down and buy me a new one. The new ones have more power. They're 200 foot-pounds now.
Electric?
They're also $200. Need air. Can't work without air. All right. Air. It'll come out in a minute. But yeah, it's got to come out the light. Not there, down here. Not there, down here. So where's your gun? You want to take this off? We're leaving this in.
I'd like to see it.
Okay. Got the Allen out?
Half-inch.
Got the Allen out?
Allen.
Right here.
No, I just loosened it.
Over there. There it is. Now that ain't it. There it is. I get the right Allen. Here. Somewhere else. Here. Somewhere else.
You want me to hit something?
Somewhere else. Yeah. He's mixing up my tools already. You're mixing up my tools. Where'd this piece of crap come from? Look at that. He's got quarter drive to an adapter.
This-
Piece of crap. I know where this came from. I recognize that.
These are your tools.
No, those are called the junk tools. See, I had a big box over there full of junk.
It's a junk bike now.
There's a big box of junk there that's now in that big box of junk over here. That's my new big box of junk. Now, everything in those buckets, that's all junk. Don't mix up with my good tools. See, good tools are in the bucket, junk tools are over there. Don't mix up my good stuff. That's almost as bad as being
That I don't
dirty.
know.
It goes in the hammer drawer. Where's the hammer drawer? It's probably right by the screwdriver drawer. These things come out pretty hard for just being screws. I don't see no Loctite on them. I can smell the Loctite though. Yeah, there's Loctite on these screws. I don't see the Loctite, but I can smell it. Smell the Loctite?
No.
You can't smell?
No.
It's all that beer you've been drinking.
Yes.
Stunting your growth. See how hard that is coming out? It's not just because it's a piece of crap zip gun, it's because it's full of Loctite. Okay, that's all the screws. Oh, except for that one right there. Okay, where's your big hammer? Appear to have an oil leak. Did you not drain this motor?
Technically, no.
Good. So we have two drains now. We're using exorbitant pad materials here.
And I
Here's
need a half-inch.
No, you don't.
Now for. So I'm pull the whole chingadera out?
Chingadera. It won't come out unless you take out that.
At their
piece.
end.
If it comes out like that side, you got a problem.
And a big problem.
It appears the bushings look like they've been replaced. So how tight are they?
I don't know. I did not spin it. Half-inch,
So
half-inch.
the thick ass hole in it goes like this. See the clearance? But I don't feel it this way because the oil's in there. We have to clean the oil out. Ooh, this is a nice one. Look at that.
As in tight or loose?
Well, it's not tight.
Well, then technically the opposite of not tight would be
Perfect.
okay. This is a slow RPM, high drag street bike.
Slow RPM. You mean you're not going to be spinning at 8,000 like I do?
No.
How about 6.5?
No?
No. How about the cam coming apart? Look at that. Cam's bad. When did you buy new cams? These aren't new.
That's what was in it.
Pop that door up before me, behind you. Turn it on until it fills up and shut it off. So this cam is really rough. See the wear mark through here? Fingers are full of grit too. Probably too close to the camera on top of it. So you can see the wear mark in there, which is not good. And over the top, you can see where it's got a groove in there. See the groove in the lobe? The only way you get a groove in the lobe is mean it's worn out in the middle of the lobe. And it's rough too. Here, when you run your finger across, it feels real rough. It's not smooth. It feels like it's been sand, like rough sand on top, which means it's all eaten up. And you can see the flake line right there. See this color change right through there? It's all flaking apart across that toe top right there. So that's metal that's going in. Did you have some metal in your motor somewhere?
Yeah, and the oil.
Yeah, I wonder where that came from.
I'm thinking from something metal.
Something like that.
What, a lobe coming apart? Or?
Yes, that lobe has a lot of wear on it. This one not as bad. And that should have been pretty obvious, and that's why that other lifter doesn't look the best when you took it out. See, this one has a lot of wear up on this one too, not as bad as the other one. See, this one's not actually totally coming apart yet, but it's getting close. A few more 1,000 miles it will. It'll look like the other one. These look like new gears. Somebody spend money?
Yeah, you don't want to know how much. Everybody knows how to work on an iron head.
They do?
That's what they say on the internet.
Oh, well, shit, everybody knows that's true. How's the shaft holding up? A little tight coming out.
There was a glob of crap on the other end.
It's off now. So these get worn on this side because it's such a small diameter. It eats up. See, that's the lip buildup already on that too, but this one's still usable. I wonder how loose it is in the cam cover. I'm sure it's used.
Yeah.
Okay, bolt came out. Goes over there. Okay, so you want to get these out, right?
It'd be nice.
Okay, what are you using to get them out with?
Well, with a tappet extractor, but these are aftermarket.
That's right. Appear to be tight.
They're very tight.
Very tight. Appears to have a little bit of a gap underneath it. All right. Where's my hammer handle?
Hammer handle?
Yeah. I think it disappeared because it wasn't on top of the toolbox when I swapped all the tools out.
Up here?
No, it's just, there's a hammer handle somewhere. Actual real hammer handle. That's what I use for beating stuff with.
Does it look like this?
There we go. Perfect. These are actually made out of real material. What'd you want?
Hickory.
Hickory. I thought you wanted oak, you said.
Well, you've been buying your wood at Harbor Freight, so I figured get something American made.
I'm thinking this is, maybe it's not China, maybe it's Korean.
Ooh, even better.
Or maybe it came from Alabama. I'm not sure. One or two.
Greenbow?
Greenbow, Alabama. So if you go like that, it doesn't mar up the powder coat as bad. Okay, now the next thing you want to do, you want to put a little bit of something underneath it to help lift the roller. Now I don't like doing this too much because it does damage. So we want something small and thin. See how this is not small and thin? This is. Well, that didn't even go in there at all. Okay, so hold that right there. It's going to want to try to come out. Ready? Did it come up yet? Not really.
No.
I'm thinking that's going to be a problem getting that out of there. See, that's why you don't beat your tappet roller, your tappet blocks into the case. They're hard to get out, especially when you don't have any way of actually pulling on them. Now, if you pry on this, you know what's going to happen, don't you?
Yep.
It's going to break it off, and then we'll really have a problem getting it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about go a little more? Actually,
I think it just broke my wood. I think it just broke my hammer.
But if you go back the other way.
Move it out of the way.
I take it I'm getting new tappet blocks?
Well, I'm trying not to destroy them, but I'm thinking these are going to be a problem.
Ooh, new tappets and tappet blocks.
I'm thinking these might not come out of here in one piece the way they're going right now. Okay, so we have a hole right here. It's called a thread hole. See how that goes right there like that?
Now you're scaring me. I know what you're thinking.
You're going to put a little pressure right there.
And you're going to hit it the other way.
See, you're pretty smart. You know what that's going to do to the tappet block?
Make it better?
It's going to put a groove in it a little bit. Now you got to remember you're blocking my view. You got a nice shot of your back of your shirt
Hold on a
there.
second. I'm going the other side.
Oh, you want to go on the other side? Okay, we're going to watch this break.
This is like a bad scene from Three Stooges.
We're already breaking. You're going to owe me a hammer handle here pretty soon, but it's a good thing. See, I got a lot more length. I just cut off an inch at a time. And eventually, we'll run out of wood. Ready?
This is where it breaks and hits it.
Is it moving?
No. You gotta be kidding. Is that thing splitting right down the middle?
Yes. Well, you think it wasn't going to break it? It's going right down the side. Well, we're going to quit screwing around with this wood pretty soon here because I think we're about done screwing with wood.
And that's just not enough to get that your gym special.
Yeah, those are some custom parts there. You can't buy stuff like that from any.
There's a lot of oil in there.
Okay, we're going to move up one level on abuse.
You know, with nothing in there, this thing is kind of...
See, I have a piece of brass here that resembles a punch. Now this side here is smooth. That's where we've been beating on with the hammer. This side's a little rougher. So we're going to use a smooth side. Hopefully it doesn't tear up things too bad. What are you trying to protect?
The late, great tappet.
Damn thing out of my way. Okay, where's my hammer? I need a real hammer. Okay, you ready? Okay, how are we doing? Don't break my screwdriver off. I said just hold it there. You don't have to
Looks like you got an air gap.
Oh, it's coming. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we got a little gap under now. So now we can go back. See, I got a little bit easier to move now. Okay, now we got a little bit more. I haven't killed the paint too bad yet, but it has a mark on it. What, you think I'm going to hit you in the head like that?
Yeah.
See the damage I did? And we also raised it underneath here. And what damage I did to the case, the important part. A little bit.
A little bit of thread repair.
It collapsed the top thread. We got to put a helical, or not helical, we have to put a little tap in there. See, someone had abused the case a little bit right there. I'm not sure who that would have done that, but some abuser. That was a terminal abuser offense there.
I was doing what I was told.
Yeah, that's right. Where's the other one? That works so good, we're going to do it again. See, it's a good thing I got a long one. See, I got a ½ inch extra over here before I break the motor mount off. Ready? We're doing more damage on this one. Go this angle now. Okay.
Must have hit the garage.
No, I only hit it right here. It only hurts just a little bit. The blood's starting to flow back into it. I can feel it. But that's okay then. broke it. Yeah, there's blood going back in there now. It's not blood. It's not bleeding, so it's fine. How's that look? Did the adjuster fall out?
That's for getting around the corner, right?
It's actually wobbling like that?
Yeah. Don't worry, I did that.
Would you? Oh, you were trying to get the push rod out? You mean that screw actually bent? It didn't break?
Right.
Those are some cheap ass screws. Those things should be hard as hell. Yeah, those are some nice lifters. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to reuse all that junk. Okay, what do we do to our case on this one? This one we didn't do much damage to the case. We're pretty good. We're still going to have to deburr the hole. We're going to chamfer the top thread so it's not sharp like that, and then run a tap just to make sure they're good. Just make sure they're cleaned up. We might even blow some of the silicone out just for the hell of it.
Is that supposed to be a fiber washer or a...
That's optional. You don't have to have it. How come this rod's all blue already?
I don't know.
Did it get caught or something?
I know it's a stupid question.
Did it seize already? Or?
It's supposed to be a light press fit, but...
No, it's supposed to be a slip fit.
No, I think hand tight or...
At least the rods aren't tight.
Unless somebody tried to push that by
Push it by the inspection team, didn't see it?
No,
Oh.
I don't know, heat it up to make the pen go in easier.
That stings. Okay. That was fun. All right, what are we doing now?
I should probably think about taking the
Probably should pull this off.
sprocket pulling off, and then you got a pinion gear, oil pump drive.
Yeah, well, you didn't bring
Eventually the oil pump.
you didn't bring my 2-jaw puller off the rack up front and the piece that goes on the snout. Why don't you bring me those parts?
Where's it at?
The 2-jaw puller's on the pegboard up there where everything is. I thought you watched my videos. You should know where all the parts are.
It costs money.
To watch videos?
Yeah.
I don't get paid for it. I don't know who you're paying to watch them then. Shit. It'd be nice if I got paid, but I don't get paid for them stupid videos. Yes, we're going to probably bead blast this case, so I think we're going to take all the chrome parts out. And you've got a bunch of rubber in the hole down here, which is not uncommon. See, it's full of rubber right there. That's from the seal being jammed in there. We're having that small screwdriver we had. That is not uncommon. See, but you want to make sure you pull that out when you put new ones in. You don't want that staying inside your motor. So, I bet you I'm going to be blasting his case to make it look pretty, so we're going to go ahead and yank that. See, it's a 76 because, see, it's H for 70 decade and 6 is the year. So you know what year it is. Yeah, finger still hurts. Somebody hit it hard. Feels like somebody hit with a hammer. I don't know how that happened. Okay, I think we're done with that one, maybe. Okay, what do we got? 1/2 inch. You got a 1/2 inch socket out yet?
I did not see one in there. I did see a 1/2 inch wrench though.
What do you call that right there?
I had to put my glasses on.
Can't you tell just by size?
No.
Oh. You can pull this chrome thing out so I can blast it, or you want me to just blast it over it?
Actually, that is awful close to there. It's a royal pain to get the hose off and on.
That's because somebody put it in so deep in the case. They ran this thing so damn deep into the case, it's over torqued. It's got an extra 2 turns more than it should have. And more than likely that hole is oversized, which makes this really, really hard to do.
What's that, 1/2 inch?
There was one laying out. It's right over here. It's right where you left it.
It ain't going.
So you think that doesn't fit in there? Is that the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what this side's for, I bet. Yeah, somebody got a little rambunctious on torquing that in there. Why don't you go the other way? We're trying to loosen it.
Just make sure we tighten up first.
Okay, you just want to make sure it was tight? Okay,
Yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, it's 3/4. Maybe this big one right here.
Yeah, this is like a royal,
Are we putting new seals in?
please?
Well, this has 50 miles on it, so
54.
54 miles. It's still good. I didn't damage it pulling it out.
Oh.
We can save it for later.
Fill it full of silicone?
I think
So it doesn't leak?
Yeah, that's how you do it, isn't it?
Wow, it appears that the top of the crown of the flats here are hitting the case.
That's because it's probably so close. There might be some issues. Yeah. All right, it's going to take about an hour here, I think, so we'll be back in a minute.